Have you ever caught yourself completely lost in your own thoughts? You start thinking about something small, and before you know it, you are deep in a spiral, analyzing, replaying, and trying to predict things. In the moment, it feels like you are figuring things out, reaching some conclusions. But in reality, you are just stuck in your own head, going nowhere. Honestly, we have all been there. And the worst part of it all is that we don't even realize what is happening until it is too late. Try to imagine yourself standing at a train station. You see the different trains come and go in constant motion. Each train is heading somewhere different. Some are moving fast, some slow, and some are barely stopping before rushing off again. In these moments, you have a choice. You can either step on a train and let it take you somewhere, or you can stay where you are and watch it simply pass. These trains are acting like thoughts in your head. They rush into your mind, coming and going, trying to pull you in different directions. Some of these thoughts are useful, while others not as much. And just like at the train station, you have a choice. You can either go with the thought and see where it takes you, or you let it pass. Unfortunately, most of the time, we don't even realize that we have that choice. We let a single thought come and carry us away, further and further until we are deep inside it, lost in its twists and turns. At first, all of this feels harmless. We think we are just sorting things out in our minds, trying to make sense of something. But before we even realize it, we are no longer in control. We start looping, analyzing every little detail, replaying the past over and over, and imagining future case scenarios that may never even happen. And just like that, we are miles away from where we started, trapped inside our own heads. This is how tricky overthinking is. It convinces you that you are making progress, that if you think just a little more, you'll finally figure everything out, while you are just being uncontrollably stuck in a mental loop. Overthinking isn't just thinking too much, it's getting on a thought train and believing you can never get off. Here's the truth: you can always get off. Overthinking is what makes you think you can't. Because when a thought tries to pull us in, it tricks us into believing that it is the most important. It convinces us that if we just keep overthinking it, we'll finally find the answer. That if you replay the past just one more time, maybe this time it will change. That if you prepare for every possible future, maybe this time you'll finally feel ready. But the moment you stop and really look at what is happening, you realize something. Overthinking isn't solving anything. It is actually doing the opposite. Just think about it. How many times have you overthought a decision, imagining every possible outcome, and ended up doing nothing? Or replayed a past mistake over and over as if reliving it could somehow change what happened? Or created a future scenario so detailed, so vivid, that you started becoming anxious about something that doesn't even exist? The real problem with overthinking isn't just that it traps you, but the fact that it feeds off the one thing that your mind hates the most: uncertainty. Our brain is constantly looking for answers and a sense of control. So when it is faced with the unknown, it begins to overanalyze. Overthinking creates an illusion of the control that we crave, a state that is in reality never truly attainable. You will never be 100% certain, and no amount of overthinking will ever erase the past or make the future predictable. And the moment you stop believing that thinking more is the answer, you begin to take your power back. So, if overthinking doesn't solve our problems and instead create more of them, how do we stop it? The short answer is, you don't. Taking power over your mind isn't about forcing yourself to stop thinking. It's about realizing that you don't have to hold on to your thoughts. You cannot stop the thoughts that come to your head. They come and go on their own without your permission. And the key isn't to fight them. It is to change how you interact with them. Because the more you engage with a thought, the more you will spiral. While when you step back and stop treating every thought like it is urgent or important, they start to lose their grip on you. And the best way to actually step back and break free is to shift your thoughts into actions. Overthinking thrives in stillness. It feeds on hesitation. The longer you sit there lost in your head, the deeper you sink. And to pull yourself out, you have to take action. So instead of analyzing a decision to death, try to take a small step forward. Instead of replaying a past mistake, shift your focus to the present moment and what you can do now. And instead of getting stuck in your mind overthinking, talk to someone, create something, engage with the real world. Because clarity and the answers that we seek don't come from thinking more, they come from doing. And the more you act, the less power overthinking has. You don't escape the thought train by forcing it to stop. You escape by realizing you were never even trapped to begin with.